about the personification of toxic masculinity, you're looking at it. Riley Nova, as he calls himself, the never pale alpha male, but his insistence, Dan, on being an alpha male comes at what emotional cost? I think Riley Nova has become obsessed with Jason Joshua.
Is it with Jason Joshua, or is it with the prize around Joshua's waist? A belt that Riley Nova feels like he never fairly lost. Can't say I fully support the way that Riley Nova's chosen to go about his business, but he was a fantastic champion.
Riley Nova still getting an earful of abuse. Joining him in the ring. We saw that Nova's attempts to help Vega get the win earlier on backfired horribly against Ivy. Still continuing to jaw-jack with the fans here. Has there ever been a more popular P.E.W champion than Big Daddy Unicorn? Jason Joshua, a man who's prepared to wear his heart on his sleeve. He'll talk openly about his struggles with anxiety, something that Riley Nova sees as a weakness. A lot of fans see that it makes their champion human. And Dan, in so many ways, what we're seeing here in this championship match really is a tale of our times. A man who's prepared to be emotional, to go against those stereotypes. Lawrence, the prestige, explaining why there's no music. Petty, totally petty.
But I mean, as you were saying, Dave, it was a point right on the money. This is a tale of our time. Two different types of men, and we just saw the Prestige represent another sort of negative voice on the kind of flamboyant.
In the corner to my right, he is your P.E.W champion, Big Daddy Unicorn, Jason Joshua.
The music's not working. I wish the microphone wasn't working.
Riley's been vocal all night. He's not going to let this moment pass without having something else to say.
Sunday.
Some people work on a Sunday. Blatant disrespect for the leisure business.
I'm sorry, what?
If she's not careful, she will break the microphone.
nothing says I'm not insecure like feeling the need to recite your CV whenever you're out in public.
Did you ever have an achievement in your life, Dave Bradshaw? Something you could be proud of? Riley Nova is proud to have represented P.E.W as a multiple-time champion, the only Grand Slam champion in the company. Why shouldn't he let everyone know, remind everyone who might have forgotten that there's a reason he is facing Jason Joshua for that belt right there, right now.
As we were saying before the chaos ensued here, kind of a tale of our times. We know there's that man who's in our champion, Jason Joshua, who's prepared to talk about his emotions and hopes that it will help others by him being so open about it. Riley Nova finds the fact that he himself got emotional recently. He's embarrassed by that. He looks in the mirror and he sees Jason Joshua and he thinks that's a negative.
But look, I really respect Jason Joshua and I'm grateful for him being so open and being so honest. It's a really good thing to have in this world, but the reality of the situation is when you're a competitor, when you are a champion, you need to find a way to be able to check that at the door. When you make your entrance, when you enter the ring, find a way to keep your emotions in check. It's a difficult thing to do. Riley Nova's finding that out.
Finding out it's difficult to overpower Jason Joshua as well. Big Daddy Unicorn, that magical moment when he finally became the P.E.W champion at Legacy back in September. Since then, victory at Toil and Trouble in that trick or treat street fight against H. Hood. And the 8-man elimination match last time around, Jason Joshua ended up on the losing side against the Cause. So Nova getting his rematch here now, one-on-one for the championship. For the third time, in fact, these two have gone one-on-one.
I was talking to Riley before. He basically sees this as his last chance at getting back what he believes is his.
Nova going to the outside to buy himself a bit of time after that hip toss, and you're right. After this, you've got to think, if Riley Nova can't win back the championship here, he will have had the rematch that former champions are entitled to, and Nova would be at the back of the queue, wouldn't he?
Absolutely, back of the line. We've seen some incredible talent here tonight, whether it's H. Hood, whether it's the rest of the Cause, whether or not Has Hype gets to throw his name in, Jack Sales from the Smashing Mike. There are so many people hovering around Jason Joshua looking for an opportunity at that belt. If Riley Nova doesn't get the job done tonight, it could be a year, maybe even more, before he gets to the front of the queue.
Also, he is a little bit skanky, isn't he?
No. He's a handsome, tanned Jack.
The fans are saying
well,
so.
As we've established tonight, the fans don't even know whether their town is Killington or Kyneton, so I don't really take what they have to say with much alacrity. I think I used that word, right?
Captain Thesaurus. Nova taking his time getting back in here. Again, Nova must have known coming in here that he wasn't going to have the support of the P.E.W fans. So why is it that he's allowing it to get under his skin so much? And again, I think it's because his ego is so damaged now, so fragile, given what's happened to him losing the title to Jason Joshua, the humiliation he's faced at the hands of Ivy, that Nova really is on the brink. He needs this championship now.
It's become a matter of life or death for him. It's become more than just a belt that he can hold aloft, a belt that he can wear around his waist. It's become everything with his identity.
Again, good for him, he got a clothesline, but demanding recognition off the back of a single clothesline.
And look who's back to his feet.
Yeah, of course he is. Joshua quickly back to his feet, and Nova was celebrating far too early. Knee right to the face from Big Daddy Unicorn, dropping Nova down. Hits him with the low drop kick.
I mean, look, Nova was a young champion. It was an unexpected title victory. A lot of people didn't believe in him. There were a lot of naysayers. So losing that belt while he was still trying to build his legacy, no pun intended, must have had a real blow. And not only... Well, 1 second here, Dave.
Riley Nova yet to find his footing in this
they're
match
both coming this
at
way.
all. Jason Joshua coming over to meet him on the outside. Nova, shot to the back here.
I felt that.
He ran a mile when they came within any distance.
We're talking about two championship contenders here. I'm happy to get out of their way. I sit behind the desk. I don't go in the ring.
Oh, Nova sent into the bricks here. This has become, it's a cliche to say, but it really has become deeply personal between these two because of the fact that Riley Nova has said that Jason Joshua's approach to how he interacts with his fans is a weakness, makes it somehow less of a man. Nova sent into the bar.
Time for a snack break.
Ooh. Nova smashing his head on the top of the bar area there.
Shot clattering the back of Riley Nova's head against that bar. They need to get this back in the ring. The referee needs to get some level of control over this thing.
Back over.
In the ring, please.
Well done for staying in your seat.
Trying to get a bit more brave. Trying to find my toxic masculinity.
Strike across the back here.
And speaking of, it wasn't just that he lost the belt at Legacy. It's the way he lost the belt. Betrayed by someone he considered to be a close ally, a close friend. That's going to do things to your head. No wonder he's brought Ashley Vega alongside as a sort of facsimile of Ivy. Knows how to scream into a microphone just as much as the former Karen did.
It's almost like Riley Nova can't survive on his own out here. Is that what you're saying?
It's maybe how he feels. It's not how I feel. I see a champion. I see a tan-jacked, handsome young man.
Jason Joshua just sees a threat to his championship. Ashley Vega moved out of the way, but in doing so, that left an opening for Nova. Riley Nova.
It's a break the count.
The blue language there. That was smart from Nova. He was aware of the referee's count. Able to reset the count by rolling in and out of the ring. Counter here from Jason Joshua. Nova counters the counter.
Dangerous territory. There are hardwood floors outside this ring.
Another counter at Vega getting involved. Finally Nova, after the assist from Vega, pushing Joshua into that steel ring post.
This is the most treacherous place to be. Hardwood floors, steel everywhere. And a belt can't be won outside the ring. At some point, they're going to have to get back in.
The referee is counting again, and Nova with like a panic on his face as he realizes that he is still outside the ring. He knows just as well as anyone that he can't win this by count out. Nova, who, as he is very insistent on letting us all know, was the first ever double champion, first person to hold two championships simultaneously here in P.E.W. He's also our first Triple Crown winner by having been the P.E.W champion, the Internet champion, a tag team champion as well.
Now who's the one rattling off his CV?
Well, the point I'm making is that Riley Nova's CV isn't anything to be ashamed of, but he doesn't need to just shout it from the rooftops at every opportunity, because people already know that. People know he's had a great time here in P.E.W. So why that insecurity? Why that constant need to tell us how great he is?
This is the other thing, is there is so much pressure and expectation on what it is to be a young man, especially in a business like professional wrestling. So what you're seeing with these two competitors is two different responses to that. Jason Joshua leaning in, accepting the fact that that's a challenge, acknowledging his struggles. And Riley Nova almost becoming exactly what people are trying to make him be, this expectation. The way they're calling him skanky, that's going to do things to your head. So his response to that is to double down on himself, on his experiences, on his victories, on his wins, and on his body, on his attitude. He is what we've made him.
Oh, you think we're responsible for the neuroses of Riley Nova?
Look, a building full of people chanting and calling him skanky when he is a Triple Crown champion. Don't let me rattle off the CV one more time. In the meantime,
you see moments like that. Ashley Vega getting a cheap shot on Jason Joshua while Nova distracts the referee, and then you question why the crowd are antagonistic towards Nova. now weakened Jason Joshua. Back into the ring after Ashley Vega finished with him on the outside. Big shot there from Nova. And that, look, it doesn't even help him. His toxic masculinity, that need to put a single foot on the chest there, try and win it that way. He was never going to win the match that way.
No, and that's where it all starts to fall apart. I mean, there's something in Riley Nova that needs to be seen not just as a champion, but as a dominant champion, as one who has that power to just cover a casual cover like that.
Nova determined to be the aggressor here. Ashley Vega on the outside.
That X factor of Ashley Vega on the outside.
If by X factor you mean unfair advantage, then yes. Shot from Nova, sending Joshua down to the mat. And now Joshua going to be tossed unceremoniously by Nova all the way to the outside into the waiting hands of Ashley Vega. Look at Vega, it's ridiculous. I'd like to say there'd be consequences for this, but given that the Prestige is the man in charge of P.E.W, you've got to doubt that. He's never wanted Joshua as the champion, and he was almost just 1 second away from getting his wish because Nova nearly won there.
Prestige, I don't think it's so much as not wanting Joshua to have it as wanting Riley Nova to have it.
No, he doesn't. No. He's
Anyway.
not getting away with that. He has said that Jason Joshua, he doesn't believe is championship material.
I'm sorry for trying to find the best in people.
You are unbelievable. Riley Nova trying to just squeeze the life here out of Jason Joshua. But Joshua's back to his feet, drops down to a knee, strikes the jaw here of Riley Nova. Joshua ends up headbutting the turnbuckle. A little bit over-exuberant there, didn't have Nova weakened enough to do that. Over kicking the rope, we've ended fired up into the face of Joshua.
I think this is one of the things that Riley Nova doesn't fully appreciate, is that when you are someone who struggles with that kind of emotional turmoil that goes in your mind when you have an anxiety, when you have all of these issues, it can give you a kind of tenacity. So opening spaces there for Jason Joshua to try and make a comeback. He needs to close those gaps and keep on him exactly as he's doing right now.
Joshua able to lift himself up to the apron here. Gets the elbow smash. And striking rope, Riley Nova in the midsection, rolls back into the ring here. Does Jason Joshua. Joshua though gets sent to the ropes by Nova, and the boot sends Joshua down. Nova goes to the ropes now, drops the elbow, and he's going to try and convert that into a second reign as world champion. He was very, very close to succeeding. Vega, meanwhile, continuing to fire up the crowd. She is.
Not that they need much help. I mean, they are firmly behind the champion here.
It's in the ring. Nova standing on the hand there of Jason Joshua, now choking him out. Choking him out. If he keeps doing it, ref, disqualifying.
It's got a 5 count. Let's not have this debate again.
Nova picking up Joshua. Nova thrown all the way to the outside. He nearly hit Vega. That would have been a shame.
Vega nearly.
Well, Vega thought it was Joshua, and amidst the confusion, the champion takes advantage.
Miscommunication there between Riley and Vega.
Nova thrown into the ring. Jason Joshua looking around, going to seize the moment here. Joshua climbing to the top. But Nova's going to cut him off with the boots to the face. Riley Nova, absolutely determined. As I said, it's not just a want, it is a need for Riley Nova. That P.E.W World Championship forms the central part of this young man's identity.
In many ways, it's all he's had. The entitled fell to pieces. That championship was the thing that was left in his hand.
Well, he thought the grass was greener. He thought by leaving the entitlement, he was the one who broke it up. The crucial part of that, he was the one at the heart of turning against Martin Kirby. He thought, I can go on my own. I'll be more successful than ever. Well, it turns out it's more difficult than Riley Nova expected.
It's all a learning curve. Don't forget, this is a young champion.
Jason Joshua is in trouble here. With Riley Nova adjusting his position. So dangerous up on those ropes. Lose your balance in a heartbeat. It's a long drop down to a hard floor if you do. Joshua trying to take Nova off balance. And there's a cutter! The cutter from Joshua!
Huge impact there.
Riley Nova. Nova, we know, has been under the tutelage of Joseph Connors. Connors telling Riley Nova that Nova's time is now. Jason Joshua with reason to believe otherwise.
This crowd trying to will Joshua back to his feet. Vega trying to do the same for the challenger. Reminding him what's at stake.
Master of mind games, Joseph Connors, who convinced Nova, I think, that by showing emotion that he was showing weakness. We heard from Connors when the two men teamed together. Connors, we know, helped to train Nova. Nova, having already been a world champion, needs to get in a headspace where he's able to win it back.
I mean, even in the face of what you might call a 2-on-1 assault here with Vega on the outside, there's a real composure from Jason Joshua, and we are seeing the exact opposite in Riley Nova.
Joshua had Nova up on his shoulders briefly. The knee into the temple. Joshua able to drop Nova down. Here comes Joshua! Second rope is that diving senton. Vega with some words of encouragement. No words can prepare you for that. The power slam from Joshua, who drapes himself on top of Nova, and Nova only just stays in the contest. Nova flat on his back. Jason Joshua flat on his. It is a coin toss right now as to who's going to leave This Is It as the P.E.W World Champion. Man, what an atmosphere. What an atmosphere here tonight there has been from the opening bell.
Breathless action throughout the night, climaxing right here.
Joshua going to try and get him up. Over the elbow. Back of the head into the skull of the champion. Nova picking up the pace as he goes to the ropes here. He got caught, did Joshua. That overhead neck breaker, the pin from Nova. No. Joshua survives.
Nova had every ounce of his body there covering Joshua, and it was not enough to keep the champion down.
Nova stalking Jason Joshua now. He senses that his moment of victory may be at hand here. Does Riley Nova?
He has to make this count. This could be his last opportunity.
For the Ryle driver. Joshua wriggles his way onto the apron. Joshua through the ropes into the stunner. Nova back up, but maybe only temporarily. There's a short arm clothesline. Joshua stays on top of him, and Nova got out once more.
But a smart there from the champion, using Nova's own kick out against him to immediately go into this chicken wing.
And if Nova taps out here, it's over. Ashley Vega's on the apron. Nova is tapping. Joshua realizing what is happening. Look at the look of anger on the face of Big Daddy Unicorn. Joshua's thinking.
Don't do this, Joshua.
Out hitting Vega. Meanwhile, Nova goes behind. The roll up from Joshua, and a kick out on two. Nova almost got caught by surprise there.
Hard super kick. He's out cold.
Nova has won so many of his matches with that super kick in the past. Nova going to force Joshua to his feet. Looking for the Ryle driver again. This time he gets it.
And it's over.
Riley Nova. No! Joshua kicked out again.
How many times have we seen people put away with that move? And now a pep talk from Vega. Riley really needs to keep his head in the game. He really needs to get control of these emotions that have been toiling throughout his head.
Well,
hold on.
Vega just grabbed the World Championship.
If you use that...
What is she doing? What is Ashley Vega doing? Vega's in the ring. Vega's in the ring.
Wait.
Nova distracting the referee. Wait. Ivy's here. Ivy knocks out Vega.
Knocking the glasses clean off, but in the distraction, Riley has the championship.
Ivy. Nova tried to... Instead of low blow. The low blow from Ivy. Joshua. Can't stomp.
And the cover.
Nova is out. And Jason Joshua is still the champion of the world. For the second time tonight, Ivy gets the better of Ashley Vega and Riley Nova, and as a result, Big Daddy Unicorn remains the man on top of the world.
You've got to wonder what's next for Riley Nova.
We know what's next. You said it. He's getting to the back of the line.
A bruised ego shattered tonight. But I mean, you have to hand it to the tenacity of the champion. It was only in these final moments that he got a little bit of backup in the form of Ivy.
And Nova and Vega, they're throwing some furniture around as they storm out of here. A real tantrum here. But Ivy and Jason Joshua, thank God for Ivy, because Ashley Vega was about to steal one. Ivy saving the day for Big Daddy Unicorn. As we head into December, there's one more show this year, and Jason Joshua walks into it as still the P.E.W World Champion. For Dan Layton, this is Dave Bradshaw saying good night from P.E.W. This is it.